So today has been a little different. I got up this morning at the lodge where I was staying and went and had a huge breakfast with some other hikers, and then I went back to my room and I was so tired that I went back to sleep. And I was going back and forth on whether I should zero today, and checkout was at 11, so I decided, I'll go and see how I feel. Maybe I won't hike as many miles as I planned. And now that I'm out here, I'm glad I didn't zero because I'm feeling pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. Hiking here along a lake, around the edge of it. I'll take some video of it for you. But looks like it's going to be a good day. A short one anyway, since I didn't start till a little afternoon. This is the Fontana Hilton, is what they call it, because it's probably the nicest shelter on the whole trail. It's pretty amazing. So I got to camp early, and I thought it was going to be so cool to do this time-lapse video of me setting up my tent. And it was all well and good until I was putting on the rain fly, and then I had a problem. I'll show you. The rain fly got stuck on this T-bar when I pulled it and ripped a long hole in it. So I had to stop and mend it before I could put it on. So it was a bit of a panic moment, but all is well thanks to tenacious tape. And that design on the tent is the shadow of a branch that's high above me, so I hope it's not too windy tonight. Well, I think I made the right choice by not zeroing in Fontana and hitting the trail. It's been beautiful, blue skies. Can't complain at all. I got to see the fox and go up in the fire tower. Fire tower was a little sketchy, but I survived and all snuggled nice and warm in my tent. It's supposed to be close to freezing tonight, but I'll be warm here. Great tent, great sleeping bag. Looking forward to tomorrow. I had to stop and take a layer off, and I thought while I did, I wanted to show you what I scored at the Fontana Village. Places where hikers go and to resupply and stuff, they often have what's called a hiker box there. And in the hiker box, people get rid of stuff that they don't want to carry anymore, that's good stuff that somebody else might need. And you can take things that people have left. So it's kind of like a sharing. So my pack has it's got to have at least 2,000 miles on it already, and it's starting to wear. And I was thinking I wanted some pads to go under the shoulder straps. I'll show you what I found. This side right here, it started digging in. You can see where it's recessed in there, and started cutting into my shoulder, and somebody had gotten rid of these pads. So I scored them. It was just what I needed, and I didn't have to order them, have them shipped ahead or buy them. And now I have them, and my pack is even more comfortable. With a broom and a fireplace, and somebody has been a joker and been putting these stickers on shelters to make people think that there's an outlet. Been kind of funny. So I just ran into a AT Ridge Runner, and he confirmed. I asked, is there any other places to camp between this shelter coming up and the one that's so much further out that I said was like 17 miles? He said, no, it's one or the other. And so I said, well, I don't know that that I have the extra miles in me, because they're tough miles. So I think I'm going to stop here pretty soon. I think I'm just a couple of hours or an hour and a half from that next shelter, and just relax and enjoy the rest of the day, and then tackle tackle it tomorrow. I've got plenty of time. I'm not worried about that. So I don't want to overdo it, and this will give my toes a rest. I haven't talked to you about my toes lately. Maybe I'll give you an update tonight. But they're still there. They haven't fallen off yet. The rhododendron through here has just been eat up by something. It's just tearing it apart, and the buds are so little. And it just dawned on me that I might out hike the blooming, because these are smaller than the ones I saw like 75 miles ago. I don't know. I hope I get to see them bloom. But these look pretty eaten up by something. Some people have reported seeing wild boars in this area. And this whole section right here by the trail is all dug up. I wonder if that's what caused it. Keep my eyes open. So here is the toes update. They still hurt. That's bottom line. You can see how swollen this one is and this one. The swelling is not down in here anymore, but they still hurt. And hopefully one day they won't. So last night I had a little, I don't know what you call it, a snag maybe. I set up my tent. I got here early and I set up my tent, and when I went to get water, I noticed there were tons of other sites, campsites. They were flat, probably better than the one I was at. And about 6 o'clock, a couple hikers rolled in and they set up their tents within 6 feet of my tent. Before they get set up, I pointed out the other spots and said, hey, there's some other spots that are flatter than this probably. And one of them says, nope, I want to sleep right here and I don't snore. I'm like, okay. But, and then everyone else slept in the shelters, so there was plenty of room. And finally, I just got up and moved my tent. I felt much better, but I was kind of in a grumpy mood because of it. It reminded me of a time a friend and I went into Denali National Park to camp, and they have quotas for their units. And the unit we in, there was 4 people allowed in it. So her and I were 2 of them, and it was 5,000 acres, this unit. And that night, the other 2 people set up camp within 300 yards of us. And I'm thinking, 5,000 acres! And you want to camp right by us? Please, give us some space. But I figured out a way to make it work. And I slept well, and I actually had a better campsite. It was more level than the first one I was on. So I'm going to count it as a gift and a blessing that someone made me uncomfortable enough that I moved, because I think I slept better because of it. So there was a silver lining in every dark cloud. Today it is overcast and it's windy. It's actually warmer, but because of the wind, it feels cold. So starting with all my gear on today. Today I'm going to do about 13.5 miles and get close to Clingman's Dome, because that will be tomorrow. That will be exciting. Well, here I am on top of old Rocky Top, down in the Tennessee hills. There's fog and mist on Rocky Top. This is what they build. Rocky Top, you'll always be cold and windy to me. This is called Silas bald. They keep calling high points balds, but I don't think that word means what they think it means, because it's not bald here. Well, today turned out nice. It started out a little overcast, but it cleared up and the wind died down, which was nice. And I got to see the deer. That was awesome. And did 13.7 miles today. I'm excited because tomorrow is just 10.5 miles into Newfoundland Gap, I think is the name of it. And I'm going to do Clingman's Dome tomorrow, hit the 200-mile mark, and then head into Gatlinburg to resupply and do some laundry. I don't think my clothes smell very good.